Perfect. Right on time, a little early, which is great.
That's what Jay likes.
Well, that's what we like. Because now we can get to know him a little bit longer. We get 2 extra minutes with him.
That's right.
Joining us now, are we ready?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Joining us now, one of the newest Tigers. Figures to factor in very heavily in the weekend rotation. Brings a bunch of experience to a rotation that needs the experience because you're coming off injury and coming off years of your sophomore year. Team USA pitcher, played in Cape Cod this summer. Anthony Eyanson. Anthony, welcome to the show, bud. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Oh, man, you were awesome. Let me tell you this. I'll give you props. Last year, a couple guys, new guys, texted them. Long time to get a text back. I feel like I was a girl that I was, waiting for the guy to text me back. Instant response. I appreciate that. I respect that a lot.
Yeah. It's a pleasure to be on this show.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, dude. Let's get into it. You transfer in from UC San Diego. The stuff that I've read and heard about you, that was the only offer you had coming out of high school. You go out there and you do what you need to do. You get better. You pitch really well, and you put yourself in a position to enter the portal and go to other schools. You end up choosing LSU. This question is twofold. One, how many other schools were after you, and who else did it come down to, and why LSU?
Yeah, so entering the portal, I kind of had a list already. Me and my agent talked about, what schools I would be considering and which ones I wouldn't. Right out of the gate, I got a lot of contact from a lot of college coaches, honestly.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
I wanted to consider LSU. I had Texas on the list and Tennessee, and I ended up taking this visit first. And right when I stepped on campus, I looked at my parents and I said, this is going to be the one. And they kind of said the same thing to me. I really think that the culture and, everything that the school stands on, the great history, great players, great coaches, just known for, putting the team first and prioritizing them. I think it was a great opportunity for, me to build my player development in a team setting.
I love that. Jay.
Wait.
Okay.
Do you think if you wouldn't have visited LSU first, you still would have ended up at LSU, or did they close the deal? Like if you had gone to Texas first, then LSU, then Tennessee, do you think LSU still would have won out?
Oh, easily, yeah. For me, yes, sir.
There you
Absolutely. Don't call me sir. You'll learn.
Listen. The one guy on this show that doesn't even call us. Actually, all of us, but him, Lloyd in particular. Nothing he says is serious. We're having a good time here. No sirs. Okay. No sirs. Jay, you got one for him?
Yeah, Anthony, man, what's up, bro? I got a question for you. Like you talked about your process and kind of how you got to, I guess, making your decisions. When you sat down, season's over, and you figured out like, hey, I'm going to make this move somewhere, what were like the things that you were looking for out of a school that you wanted to be featured? Because obviously, as you said, you stepped to your parents here, you look around, you're like, oh, this is the one. What was it that stuck out? What was the things that took you to that point already mentally?
Yeah, I think just talking to some of my teammates at Team USA, they were in SEC, ACC schools, just hearing the way that they prioritize baseball and, prioritize themselves getting better at the sport. I would say it was more difficult for me to do that at my old school, but I think being here, I understand what they're talking about with how easy it is just to develop. And I think that's something I was looking for right out of the gate.
I'm glad you brought up Team USA, and I'm glad you brought up, what the talent and what they've told you what to expect, right? So, you're coming from UC San Diego. I'm not knocking UC San Diego by any means, but then you come into LSU. Obviously, the talent level ramps up. You played in the Cave for a little bit, and you played Team USA. You were around some of these guys, and now you're playing. At least you've had a fall through with LSU with a bunch of talented guys. How has the jump in talent been for you, and what has been the adjustment for you so far? I know the season hasn't started yet, and it's still early, and it's in the fall. But up to this point, what has been the adjustment, and how has the talent jump been for you?
Yeah, obviously everybody's bigger, stronger, faster, hit the ball harder, less bunting.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for me. But I think really just understanding that it's the same game was the best thing for me. Like still throwing a white ball to a catcher and there's 9 people in the field. So it's pretty, I got used to it pretty fast.
A lot of new guys this year, right? You're one of them. LSU historically is known for having, a lot of guys be there for a little while, and you kind of build this culture. I believe there's only 12 guys on this team that played an inning on last year's team. A lot of new guys. What have y'all done? How have y'all been able to kind of gel and understand kind of what it means to play here in Baton Rouge and what it means to, come together as a team and know what kind of where y'all going?
Yeah, a lot of the new guys, pretty much everybody knows what it takes, and what it means to wear this uniform, which is pretty cool. We've had plenty of, team bonding experiences and, meetings just set up with each other just to get to know one another. I think that's very important. If you're going to try to do something like win a national championship, you got to be able to die for one another, honestly. So, yeah, we've had a lot of meetings, a lot of hangouts, just stuff to get better and opportunities to get better off the field because it only impacts how you play for one another on the field.
So I got a question because I don't really know how this works. I don't think we've ever really talked about this with guys that come on, especially guys that are pitchers. You move from one school to the other. Obviously, Nate Yeske's here as a pitching coach. This will be his second year. Jay's first coach that will stay here for multiple years. But as a pitcher, how is it like moving to another school, working with a different pitching coach and trying to gel with him and have him understand you and you understand him and how he coaches and how you pitch? And how do you do those things as a pitcher and how quickly does that come along?
Yeah, I think the most important thing for pitchers when you're going from one coach to another, just being yourselves. That's the only way that they're going to, recognize and know the type of pitcher you are, how you handle success, how you handle failure. All the pitching analytics, whatever pitches you throw, how to make them better. I feel like any coach is pretty much able to, help you with that. But I think it's really how you bond with the coach is very important.
What do you have a guy that you model yourself after pitching wise, right? Because watching you throw, obviously you have a loose arm. You have clean mechanics. Ball comes out kind of clean or kind of jumps out of your hand. Do you have anybody that you idolized growing up, or you just try to model your pitching style off of?
Nah, no one specifically. I've always been I
you.
feel like there's a lot of comparisons for me.
Yeah.
I never really modeled anybody.
R.A. Dickey.
Hey,
Yeah. R.A. Dickey.
R.A. Dickey. But listen, the geography and the things going on around San Diego and Baton Rouge are a little different. Like, what have you found yourself doing in your off time? So he's laughing. He knows. He's like, "Oh shit, yeah."
Much different. Weather, night and day, right? Like weather, San Diego, greatest weather in the country. Weather in Louisiana, not so much.
Tell me that it snowed out here, so that was news for me.
Well, it doesn't.
It don't snow out
It doesn't usually snow. That was an anomaly.
Now, honestly, the biggest difference for me is the food. I love to eat, and I came to the right place for that.
Yeah,
all the food that's out here is great, but yeah, I would say weather is pretty different. I was here when it was hot and it was pretty humid. But I tend to get used to things pretty fast. I'll get used to it. Feel like I'm already used to it. Say the winter was cold at first for me, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm used to that as well. But yeah, the biggest thing for me is the food. Honestly, I love it.
Hey, is there anywhere?
Go ahead,
Is
Jay.
there anywhere? Like, obviously, I know you can't wait till you toe the rubber in Alex box. Like, that's not even a question. I already know the answer to that. But is there anywhere that you're looking forward to go as a visitor in Purple and Gold this year? Like, anywhere you like, oh yeah, I can't wait to pitch over here.
Honestly, no. I'm just ready to play with my guys.
Yeah.
Excited everywhere, honestly. I'm just ready to, be in the atmosphere of playing a home game, away game, everything.
Let's talk about.
Lloyd's got a mullet, so like Lloyd's planning on sitting like right behind home plate and like just
you'll see
shaking
me.
everything and everything. I just want you to know, like
You'll see.
does, so
You'll see him there.
I still signals. I'll relay them. Don't worry about it. I'll let you know if you're tipping.
Yeah. Lloyd's good at that. You talked about your guys, right? And I'm glad you brought that up because, you have a unique perspective because you're coming in new. So technically, I mean, y'all are all teammates and y'all are getting closer, but this is the first time you've seen a lot of these guys on the field, right? What have you noticed about your team, the guys that you're facing offensively, and the guys that are also in the rotation or on the pitching staff?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is that we all have so much ability. You know, pitching to them, the hitters are going to make you better, and it's only going to make the hitters better facing the best pitching. And I think we all make each other better, which is really cool. Whether it's, holding runners, people are capable to steal, just pitching the big bats, people who have power, great contact. I think it's just really cool that we all have so many tools within one another, and we all just make each other better.
Wait, hold on. You mentioned obviously bigger, faster, stronger, and all the things that come with the SEC. LSU added a new strength and conditioning coach. What's that experience been like? Because Jay is on record saying I think he's had 4 in his time. I don't know if it was at coaching or 4 at LSU, but he said this is one of the best that he's had, if not the best. So what's that experience been like?
Yeah, no, he's great. Shout out to Coach Chris. Chris Martin, he's the best. He's very knowledgeable of, how to make baseball players, the strongest and the most suitable for, how many games they have to play especially, but just getting their bodies into the right condition and, whether that's running, lifting, jumping, we do all of it. So it's been great.
Jay, you got something?
Yeah, I was about to say, has there been any of these young cats on the hitter side that has kind of surprised you as far as for what they're able to do day in and day out and how they look, and that you're excited to see kind of what they're able to do once the season starts?
Yeah, everybody's advanced. I would say one of my guys from California, Derek Curiel, he's been just super advanced in all of his at bats. Just kind of reminds you of like a veteran player, but you think and you stop and you're like, wait, he's a freshman. He hasn't really played in college like that, but he's taking junior, senior at bats, so it's pretty cool to watch.
Nice.
I want to get back to you a little bit. So when you out of high school went to UC San Diego, you had one scholarship offer, and that was the only one that you had. Now, obviously, you're a hot commodity coming out into the portal. You obviously made the adjustments. What was the one thing, or what were some of the things that you improved on since you got to college to turn you into the pitcher that you were today? Like when you came into, obviously, college, you're a one pitcher, and now you're a completely different pitcher, and I'd imagine you're still working on things as we speak.
Yeah. Something that helped me in college right away was finding a consistent routine that helped me and just helped my progression. I realized that consistency was huge because a lot of guys are going to have talent. People are going to be able to throw hard, but if you stay consistent to who you are and what you want to accomplish, I feel like it makes a pretty good path for you going into the future.
Anything else when you came, like going into the summer? I know you're playing. You played for for Team USA. You obviously had a good season. You had a 3 ERA last year. You go and play with some of the best talent in the country, and now you come to LSU. Was there anything specifically you wanted to go work on this summer to take your game to the next level?
Nothing specific. I would say just overall getting better, just understanding my weaknesses and uplifting them to become my strengths. I feel like just raising the ceiling for myself as a pitcher is only going to help me in every category.
Anthony, we've got a couple of questions from the chat.
There we go.
This one's twofold. First one up from Farguy Fawns. Ask Anthony.
I love that you just stepped up right there.
Yeah. Has anyone tried to explain how crazy Alex Box is going to be to you? Because obviously one of the best environments in the country. I don't know if it's made it your way yet.
Yeah, a lot of people try to describe it. I'm not somebody that gets hyped up a lot, but I know it's going to be crazy, and I'm here for it.
All right, and the second part of this question, we have a guy that's currently in school. He's writing a paper, and his topic is...
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, this is a good question because he's an athlete, and it says, ask Anthony, do you think students perform better under pressure? I'm only asking because this is what I have to write my paper on. It's due tonight. And he wants to cite you as a source.
If athletes know how to use the pressure into confidence, I think they do. Understanding that pressure is a privilege is very great to confidence.
I love that because pressure can eat you up. But if you do that, if you understand that pressure is a privilege, you're not in this position. It's a privilege to be in this position, to have the pressure, and you take off. I love that.
Say yes.
Because I
I know
played.
you chose your walkout song, but what other songs were in the running?
What is your walkout? What is your walkout song?
Okay, so I chose it's called Marnie on Me by Future and Lil Uzi.
Yeah.
It's something that just gets me hyped pretty good. There's another song on the album called Paddock that was pretty close. And then my one from last year, I used 25K Jacket by Gunna and Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Those just get me, in the right headspace to go compete.
There you go. Okay, that's the top 3. There you go. Y'all got that right there.
Did you grow up playing? Were you always just a baseball guy? You play any other sports, or was baseball your thing?
No, so when I was younger, my dream was to play football at the University of Miami. I love the U. I love football.
Like the old school you or the new school you?
The
Like
old
the
school
you or like the...
No, the old Sean Taylor.
Yeah.
Ed Reed.
Bump and face masks football. That's what I loved. I remember getting to high school and I was playing football and baseball, and I told my dad, I can't wait to play football so I don't have to pitch anymore. We talk about that and still joke about that. So,
Boy, were you wrong, huh? God, no.
What position?
I played everything. I played linebacker. I kicked quarterback, receiver, safety. Yeah, pretty much all of it.
Football player.
You like to put your face in the fan a little bit there.
Yeah, for sure.
Football
Yes,
player.
sir.
Put me in, coach. Just like Taysom Hill.
Did you go to any LSU football games?
Yeah, I did this fall. It was crazy. It was great.
Yeah, you ain't got that UC San Diego, huh?
Nothing like it.
Oh man. Yeah, do you talk about you don't get hyped, you don't get super hyped, which obviously that heartbeat, that mentality is a good for a pitcher. But whenever you are, I'm just giving you a heads up, like whenever you're playing at home against Tennessee or someone like that, and it's a big game, like allow yourself, if you're not on the mound, obviously, allow yourself to like feel it because it's pretty special. It's pretty cool.
No, for sure. I'm ready to take it all in, so just looking forward to it.
Wait, so you've been here for a whole football season, you still ain't got shit on the wall? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, nah, all of our stuff is downstairs. I'm in my bedroom right now.
You got who's your roommates?
I live with Zach Cowan, Devin Sheeran, and Danny Dickinson.
Oh, nice. So you got is that all
All 3 transfers?
all 3 transfers, right?
Yeah, all transfers.
Nice, a transfer house.
See, I'm just going to everybody
Yes,
else's
sir.
house.
Trap
What do we
house.
do tonight? Yeah. Show us the way.
Well, it's bright in there. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy.
Oh man. Well, man, we're looking forward to watching you play. Obviously, we're all, not only are we former players, but we're obviously huge fans. We're gonna be at a lot of the games. I'm pumped that you came on the show, that you've been willing to come on the show. Obviously, we'd love to have you on throughout the course of the season as the season gets underway. But I want to give, some people a little insight into you. Lloyd, do we have any other questions that we have on there? If we don't have any, I'm going to let them go. But if we got some questions, we keep them for a little bit longer. And that's okay if we don't, because I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, okay. Quick one. Trey Wood. Ask Anthony. Favorite uniform at LSU?
We hadn't really worn them yet.
I know,
Oh,
we've
I got
seen
it.
them.
Pinstripes,
there
see?
we go.
That's what I'm saying. I'm on the pennies,
the
too.
pennies.
Those are my favorite by far. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to only wear those on the midweek games. Now they have them on the weekends. Good move.
Oh, another one from Fonz real quick. This is, give it your best answer if you want to. Do you any self-talk on the mound, or do you just empty the space?
Oh no, I'm a big self-talker. I gotta keep positive. Positive self-talk is huge for me.
Is it, let me ask you this, positive self-talk, right? That can go a little two ways,
Yes.
right? Positive self-talk is like, all right, I'm talking positive to myself, or you could be like Gavin Guidry and talk shit to yourself.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Depends on, if I get, back on the side, I might walk off the mound saying some words my mom not like.
I like that. I like that. Gotta have
When did you
that.
develop this? Like, when did you start doing like this?
Football, hey, Jay, football player guy, he's got that in him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, it's been my whole life as long as I can remember. So, yeah.
Did you swing it all in high school? Did you bat it all, or just pitcher only?
Oh yeah, I hit in high school. I hit as well.
Because there's a legacy here at LSU. If sometimes these pitchers have to come up to the dish a little bit, take some swings.
Who are you talking about?
You remember old buddy that hit one off the wall?
Yeah,
Like
one time, like 7 years
Gavin
ago.
Guidry last year.
Yeah, but he was a hitter. He came in as a
He's
shortstop.
a pitcher too. I'm just saying, if you
Okay.
get your number gets called,
right.
coach, don't be scared.
You can't be scared. You're right about that.
They've also played an 18 inning game.
Swing it, I'll swing it.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. See?
No takes here.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony, dude, I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for taking the time out and coming on the show. We'll have you on again here soon. Good luck. Stay healthy, and looking forward to seeing you out there.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yep.
Been a
Anytime,
pleasure.
brother. Later.